This is my OMFRU on About Time. I watched it a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, and it is definitely one of my favourite romance films out there when it comes to just a big warm hug of a film. Like, there's stakes, they're high, they're very high in the ceiling. Maybe not the ceiling, maybe the actual sky, but you know, you know what I mean. There's bits where I'm like, please, can this just not happen? It's gonna happen, isn't it? This death's gonna happen, or this demise is gonna happen, or something is gonna happen, which is gonna just cause a sad ending but a strong message. It kind of does, but there's also a good ending, and I love it. And by the end of it, you're crying, but you're still like, I love that it's a happy ending. It's very satisfying when you get to find out that it's a happy ending. I've not actually talked about the film itself, just how I felt about it, but it's bloody good. This is Angel Falls Christmas. It's a Christmas film, but I know it's February and all that, but it's a romance film as well. It's also on my letterbox. It's weird. I don't really like it that much. It didn't get me into the Christmas spirit, that's for sure. As a romance, it's kind of strange. I mean, I wouldn't. I, if I want to learn about love and stuff like that, I would rather just learn from gradual experience, not to have this random guy with no emotion whatsoever who kind of acts like Edward from Twilight. You know, not the vampire, but just in general with his general mannerisms and man of words, which is none, no words or few words. But yeah, I don't really like it that much. As a romance, it's fine enough. As a Christmas film, it's not good. Maybe I already talked about this. Who knows? But as a romance film, it's all right.
Clueless is one of my favourite films. I absolutely love it, purely because it's one of the high school romances which is not really like the others. You see, Clueless starts off with Cher, a spoiled little girl whose father is a lawyer. She's also single and currently ready to mingle. Now, one more thing you have to remember is that Cher's father is currently single as well. Now, this is important to know because he has his stepson from his former wife with him as well, Josh. Now, Cher begins to fall for a homosexual named Christian. Now, Christian is homosexual, which Cher fails to realise until her friend Dion points it out. She then has an epiphany. Oh my god, I love Josh. And she feels compelled to kiss the man on the stairs. Now, I think that's one of the most beautiful ways a film can end.
Crazy Stupid Love is a pretty good film. It's a pretty funny film. Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling are very good in it. It's good. I can't say a lot about it. I'm not a huge fan of like romance films, but it is pretty good. Of course, as I just said, Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell are pretty much probably the only reasons that I enjoyed the film. Ryan Gosling's character is very good in it. He's this guy, and his whole life he's only valued materialistic and sexual things from women. He doesn't want any serious relationship, and then he finds it in Steve Carell's character's daughter. And Steve Carell is a recently divorced man who wants to get back in the game, and he does. He starts pulling bitches left and right, and it's crazy. And there's a really, really weird subplot about Steve Carell's son trying to get with this girl who's like several years older than him, but it's very odd. Grease is a fantastic film, and it's a film that I personally enjoy so much that I'm not going to do what I usually do and just sit and ramble about it meaninglessly. Grease is an incredibly good film. I really like the story it tells. The music in it is very good. The music in it is, classics were produced. The main character, I think his name's Danny, been since I've watched it, played by John Travolta, is really good. I very much enjoy seeing the arc that he goes through in the film, where he kind of learns to not try and put himself out there in a way that isn't true. He learns to be himself, with the love of this woman, Sally, who is very good, but unfortunately throws his whole arc out the window at being himself because she puts on a new greaser persona to be with him. But it's still a very sweet film. Grease Lightning is iconic, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Little Shop of Horrors is a classic. I am not a huge fan of musicals. I, in fact, would argue that I do not like musicals, but Little Shop of Horrors is very good. It is, of course, a romance film because it has a huge plot of the owner of this little shop of horrors and a woman which he's a crush on. He wants her, he's in love with her, he's madly in love, and there's a really funny musical sequence where he's imagining their life together, and it's a beautiful house, a green grass lawn, and a white picket fence, but it's all ruined when this alien plant thing comes down from space into his shop and starts eating people. And it sounds like a sassy black man. It's a very, very good film. It's a classic. Highly recommend watching it. It's a totally badass film that has romance in it. Con Air, okay? Con Air is an amazing film. You'll know it's in my top 10 films of all time. Or at least I think it is. I can't quite remember, even though it's my list. But anyway, Con Air, it's, below the surface in this romance that's in it. Con Air is about the story of Cameron Poe, a family man, and he's returned from war to find his missus, who is pregnant, I believe, with his daughter. And some thugs try to assault his missus. So in response to them trying to assault his missus and them assaulting him, he kills them with his bare hands. And for this, he gets sent to prison for 13 years, which is so whack. And he has to fight his way through convicts on a plane to get back to his little girl and his wife, because Cameron Poe is a family man.
This one doesn't feel like a romance film. It's more actiony. It's also stupid, but at the same time, it's the whole driving point of the entire story. It's Scott Pilgrim. I will say that I liked it. It was fine. But then I had to keep watching it over and over and over again for the sake of Nat 5 Media. And yeah, let's just say I didn't really like it by the end of it. I watched it too many times, analysed it too much. It was just made me hate the character of Scott Pilgrim himself, because he's just quite a dick, you know. That's all I can really, describe him. I mean, cheating as well, it's not my thing. I prefer to, stay with someone, and then, once they leave you, you just sort of get back on foot instead of just being a horny prick. That's what Scott Pilgrim is. But the film's fine enough. As a romance, it's fine.
sex appeal is an absolutely god-awful experience. Now, actually, no, I'm going to try that soon. It's an amazing experience. I do not like the film, but I really enjoy watching it. It's very stupid. The main character is stupid. The side characters are stupid. I do not like it at all. The premise of the film is this chick, right? She's got some competition and she has to create an app. And her idea is she's going to create an app which lets people... It's something to do with like sex. And then she has a boyfriend that she has a long distance relationship she's going to meet, and turns out, surprise, surprise, he's actually an asshole. And it was her best friend who had a crush on her the whole time was the real hero, the real man she was looking for. By the time she realises that it's too late, it's really funny to watch, but it's not a good film. The Princess Bride, it's somewhat of a romance film. It's more of an adventure film. It's got romance in it, so it counts, okay? The film is awesome. I've only ever seen it once in my entire life, but I thoroughly enjoyed that one time. I forget the pirate guy's name. Is it the Red Pirate Roberts or something? Something dumb like that. But he's really cool, and he's fighting for the love of this princess, who I think she's either captured by like an evil guy, or her father's an evil guy, or maybe both, something like that. Andrew the Giant's in it, which is, just spectacular. He's a very good character in it. And if anything that speaks to the tone of the film and how upbeat and awesome it is, it's one of the few films that Andrew the Giant actually involved shooting, because no one treated him differently for his height. So it's a very good film. It's full of fantasy, it's full of wonder, it's full of adventure, it's full of action and sword fights and romance. Twilight is a controversial film. It is a stupid film. It is a bad film. It is a funny film. It has a very good soundtrack. The acting in it is at points absolutely terrible. I burst out laughing every single time. It's one of those POV shots where it's either Christian Ritter or Robert Pattinson staring at the camera, giving that Sigma, the side-eye stare. It's god-awful. But it's absolutely hilarious. I cannot recommend it enough. If you want a good time, go and watch Twilight. It does have a very good soundtrack, and there are characters in it which I genuinely like. For example, Charlie and Alice, top 2 characters. But the first Twilight film is absolutely hilarious. It's a very good time, and I highly recommend watching it. That baseball scene is incredible. Little Shop of Horrors is a classic. I am not a huge fan of musicals. I, in fact, would argue that I do not like musicals, but Little Shop of Horrors is very good. It is, of course, a romance film, because it has a huge plot of the owner of this little shop of horrors and a woman which he has a crush on. He wants her, he's in love with her. He's madly in love, and there's a really funny musical sequence where he's imagining their life together, and it's a beautiful house, a green grass lawn, and a white picket fence, but it's all ruined when this alien plant thing comes down and comes out from space into his shop and starts eating people, and it sounds like a sassy black man. It's a very, very good film. It's a classic. Highly recommend watching it.